Hello, welcome back, listeners, to the Rogue Valley Roleplayers as we record episode 3 of the second season of Valley of Famine, a Deadlands actual play set in the Rogue Valley using the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition rule set made by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Thank you guys for an awesome game. And my name is Ben. I'm here with Rosemary, Austin, Trisha, Ed, and Nik. And we are ready to get up to some Weird West shenanigans. When last we left off, the posse was in Crescent City, now known in this timeline as... Flipping through pages.
Would it be then known as? Not now known as?
Shush you.
Something that I won't remember because it's the backwards of somebody's name.
Yeah. Xincheng. Something close to that.
Yeah.
Probably butchering the pronunciation, but that's because I'm a Gaijin.
That's Japanese, not
And-
Chinese.
And I will point out
you've
that we
just
get
offended
no
the Chinese
sponsorship
even
from
more.
Pinnacle
The Red Dragon will rise.
for Ben's wonderful endorsement. So if Pinnacle wants to sponsor us, that would be great.
Absolutely, that'd be amazing.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us, please.
So we don't want to seem desperate, but
we are.
This episode is brought to you by wine.
Brought to you by wine. Yes, we have been, most of us have been drinking wine, so there are going to be some drunken shenanigans going on tonight. Once again, my name is Ben. I am the Marshal. I am running this shindig, herding the cats, as you will.
I'm Rosemary, playing Deputy Rachel Jane Kennedy, hexslinger.
I'm Austin, playing Macario the Blessed. Why do sad clowns cry? I don't know. Why do badass clowns kick ass? We're about to find out.
That's the best introduction ever. I can't beat that, Austin. My name is Trisha, and I'm playing Chen Mei, and I am a fixer for the Iron Dragon Railroad.
I am Ed. I am playing the weird scientist, Daisy Gilmore. But people call her Railin Daisy because she keeps railing on and on about the Lemurians.
I'm Nik S. I am playing Haru Matsuhara, the harrowed samurai. I have been drinking wine too.
All right, well, I think that round of intros was actually worth a Benny.
Aww.
All right, so the posse had arrived at the town of Xincheng, also known as Crescent City, to search for one Ethan Sutton, who was formerly a member of the Grave Robbers gang, which probably wasn't actually the name of the gang, but that's kind of to help try and frame Jonathan Graves for the attack on the stagecoach. They were calling themselves that, and the GM has neglected to come up with a different name for them. So, they are the Grave Robbers gang. He survived your attack with them, and fled to Xincheng, and as far as you know, has taken work aboard a fishing vessel here. But hopefully, if you can catch up with him and question him, he will shed some light on just who was behind the assassination attempt on Shang Jin, the Iron Dragon executive. So, yeah, you arrived in Xincheng. Some of you talked to the local sheriff, Lum Zui, which I'm probably butchering that name too, who, thoughts? They have gone with the wine.
He asked.
Chen Mei.
So we're looking for Ethan Sutton, and then I got side missioned into going to some sort of weird culty place to figure out why people are going missing, but I don't remember that Dawn, the Rising Dawn, something.
House of the Enlightened Dawn.
Okay.
That is the name of the Tong. And what Lum Zui wants you to do in exchange for his information on Ethan Sutton is basically they've closed up the warehouse they use as like their headquarters and the base for all their operations and business and stuff. And they've started kind of encroaching on the territory of other Tongs and the Triad in the city. And a couple of people have gone missing. Nothing really above and beyond the ordinary, except that Lum Zui doesn't like it when when people go missing without his okay.
Ooh, that's messed up.
And so he has offered. He's asked the House of the Rising Dawn if they need assistance. He's offered it and been declined. So politically, he can make no move himself without possibly sparking a Tong War. And so he has engaged you as outsiders who will come into town and be gone in a few days, and it won't matter if all the Tongs
Clean up
get
our
pissed.
mess. I don't care if you
Yeah.
die or not, whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't care if you die, and then even if you piss everyone off, you're leaving. So,
Any
It
trouble we
won't-
make will follow us, not go on him.
right, and it won't start a war in his town. But a couple of your compatriots have actually learned the information you were after without requiring any sort of favor, because they found a friend of Ethan Sutton's in the tavern and got him to kind of spill the beans, as it were. Spill the chowder. And you know that Ethan Sutton works on a fishing vessel, and his vessel is due back in tonight, and you know the tavern where he usually takes his evening meals. So it's up to you if you want to go investigate this whole issue with the House of the Enlightened Dawn.
Last time we had left off, I was in the bar pickling.
Yeah. No, Chen Mei had shown up and talked to you all and said, hey, we've got to go deal with this thing. And so you've shared some information. And at this point, it's on you to decide,
So-
what are you going to do?
What exactly is it that we need to do with the House of the Enlightened Dawn?
We're trying to figure out how and why people have gone missing without starting a war.
What you're trying to find out is why they've closed up their main base of operations. Lim Shui doesn't really care that people have gone missing. It's nothing. It's not a number of people going missing that's unusual for an area that's controlled by Chinese gangs and triads and criminal elements.
With
He's
known human trafficking.
Yeah, exactly. It's stuff that's happening without his okay,
Okay.
which he would not have admitted in front of the legitimate law person, which is why he made you leave.
Yeah.
My heart tells me that this is a corrupt place, but it is so corrupt I do not know if it is within our power to change it.
I'd at least like to find out what happened to some of these missing people. They could be scared. They could be dead. Their families could be missing. They're missing them deeply. Plus, any criminal associates of theirs, or of this group, should be put down like dogs. Not all dogs.
I perhaps do not feel so strongly about putting them down, but it does seem that innocents are being hurt because of this.
Well, we came to find Ethan Sutton, and this is a step towards finding Ethan Sutton.
Mr. Sutton will not be in for at least a little while. We can do at least some investigating while we are waiting.
Yes.
I like that plan.
And while you're sitting in the tavern, you're making this plan. You're probably sitting at a table. You've got some drinks. There's probably some early version of Anchor Steam that they're serving on tap. You're having this conversation when someone comes walking into the tavern, and you can't help but kind of look up at him because everyone here is kind of dressed like a fisherman. They've got like the woolen caps, and they're buttoned up. They got the slickers and wool coats.
Oh,
and
my
all that stuff.
my off work winter clothes.
Yeah, exactly.
End up looking like that.
They're all bundled. Even though they're sitting inside and there's a fireplace warming the place, they're all like bundled up. It's November. It's cold.
And wet, which makes it even colder.
Yeah, exactly. And so this guy really stands out because he is dressed in some real fancy duds, if you will. What does he look like? He's got a slick manicured mustache, a bit of a goatee.
So he has a Van Dyke.
Sure.
When he had the
Hoity-toity.
mustache and the goatee, it's a Van Dyke.
Okay.
Hoity-toity is what he looks like.
Is that named after Dick
He's-
Van Dyke?
No.
He's got like the sideburns and the beard, but it's closely cropped and shaved, if you will. I don't know what the proper term is for it, but
Sounds like he looks like money, basically.
yeah. And he's got, I wouldn't say a pale complexion, but he obviously doesn't work outdoors.
Is this a Caucasian guy or?
Yeah, he's a white guy.
Okay.
Is he a vampire?
I mean, how would you know? The only vampires you've dealt with were Nosferatu.
I was just putting that out there to see if I could trick you into answering it. So
He doesn't come walking. He doesn't have like the tinted rose tinted sunglasses on. He's not
he's not wearing a dramatic cloak.
No, he's not. He's just wearing some. He's got a cane, which he clearly does not need.
That actually increases his likelihood of being a vampire.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
It's it's daytime. It's like it's getting on towards late afternoon.
Is he sparkling?
No, he's not a vampire.
That's good, because vampires don't sparkle in the sunlight. They light on fire and die.
I'm gonna say Macario raises an eyebrow and he says, "Strange gentleman there. You mind if I invite him over?"
I am...
For what?
I do not know. Simply a feeling I have, I suppose.
I will... I am uncomfortable with continuous meeting of new people.
Come on, Haru. People are not so bad. Even among criminals, there is good hearts, you know?
It is not me that I am worried about.
I like meeting new people too.
Just so you can stab them.
Well, yeah.
Someone does want to kill someone, don't they?
I mean, why else do you meet new people if not to kill them? I'm really looking forward to stabbing Ethan.
I really hate you.
I hate you too, because you killed me. So, keep that in mind. It's a mutual hatred, though, so you can almost build a friendship off that. I like to think that we are frenemies, if you will.
Oh god, okay, so we have a Manitou who coined the term frenemies.
I mean, we do share the same body, after all.
I guess that could make you a
remind
frenemy.
you of that fact. This is one day they'll have this term for property life, but a timeshare on your cadaver.
Anyway.
You look sick, Haru. I can ignore the man if that would make you feel better.
If you're feeling some calling from your lady to speak with this man, that is fine. Just do not expect me to be talkative.
Well, just let me take over. I'll be plenty talkative.
You can shut your mouth.
I will not. I don't have a mouth to shut. I'm just a voice in your head till I get to take over.
Excuse me, gentlemen. We have a open seat if you are looking.
The guy looks around startled, and then, zeroes in on you, and why thank you, he says in a very much more British accent than that. But I cannot do a British accent on demand.
What?
I can accidentally do a British accent.
On demand, it comes out Russian.
I do not mean to hurt you, but your voice, your accent is strange. What is it?
Oh. England. Aww.
England? Where's that?
Have you never met a citizen of the Great British Empire? This guy's coming out way more eccentric than I wanted him to.
No, I know very little of England. They are at war with France now and then. I know this.
Yes. You could say we're always at war, just varying degrees of a ceasefire.
You're on part of India and have moved
Just
into
wait, in 20
China.
years, you're going to be good allies. What? Lemurians told me about it.
Please.
I am William Greystoke, Lord William Greystoke, but no need for formalities
here.
What brings Lord to this hellhole?
You can just call me Lord.
Well, I'm here in the former colonies on holiday.
Former colonies.
But who are you?
Oh, well, we are, of course, a group of strange travelers. But, forgive Haru. He has been having a rough time. I'm Macario from, let's see, do you know? And then he lists where he's from. I'm trying to remember where Macario's from. He's like from somewhere in Mexico, but I don't remember what I said. So
That's okay.
I am Haru Matsuhara from the great empire of Japan.
My name's Daisy, and, well, I'm from New England originally. We've been living out west here for a while.
There was definitely a clash of great British Empire and great Japanese Empire, and like total, like, screw you.
I think you two are the only two who haven't introduced yourselves to Lord William Greystoke, whose last name I totally ripped from Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Isn't that like Tarzan's last name?
Yeah.
Is it Tarzan?
No, he's not Tarzan.
Alternate universe, Tarzan doesn't crash in Africa, he crashes lands on America.
He was raised by Sasquatches.
Ooh!
I would read that.
I would read that
shit out of
every
that
day
book.
of the week.
Tarzan of the Sasquatch.
Oh man, now I need that in my life. Somebody, listeners, make a fan fiction or something.
It probably
I'm sure it
already
already
exists.
exists online.
Now I've got to look for it.
Yeah.
I guess Rachel will hold out her hand and say, "Pleasure to meet you, Deputy Kennedy."
Pleasure is all mine. I have no idea what this guy's accent is.
It's okay, we don't
Vaguely
either.
British.
England.
How are diplomatic relations between China and Great Britain?
So, I don't know because I don't know a lot about the history between China and England. I can't imagine it's fabulous.
You're a GM, make it up.
It's not fabulous.
Okay.
It's not outright confrontational, but it's not fabulous.
Okay, so Chen Mei is not going to actually introduce herself. She's just going to continue drinking her tea at the bar. So Chen Mei doesn't fully ignore him. Chen Mei just kind of cold shoulders him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like ignores with hostility.
Yes.
passive aggressiveness.
Yes.
Chose an odd place to come for a holiday.
Yes, well, I've been making my way up and down the, how do you Americans call it? The western coast. Seeing the sights to be seen, the maze and everything else. And, well, I've heard of a place here in, Crescent City. That I wish to visit before my return to England. Very much so.
Are you Irish?
A little bit.
You think I have any control over this accent?
Put that accent on a leash.
I was just thinking, that's a pretty decent accent. Way better than what I could come up with.
It's got this giant wheel of accents.
Oh, it's way
You
better
just
than anything
spin
I would
it
come
every
up
so
with,
often.
too. Yeah.
Yes. Before I return to England, I wish to gaze upon the wonders of a place here. Dead Lake, I do believe it is called, and the whole tavern goes fucking silent as soon as he says that.
Is it like the bad Western movie where you hear the scratch on the old-timey record player?
Yeah.
And everybody stops and you just hear,
Yeah.
okay.
Like the piano player in the corner. It's like,
Right.
Yeah, everything stops.
I don't think the people here like you talking about that very
we
much.
heard of Dead Lake? Are we equally as
Give me
shocked?
a common knowledge roll. Cool. Ooh. Dun dun dun. Using new mechanics.
So it's like we're in Westworld and all of a sudden the old-timey piano player in the corner stops playing.
Nope.
I'll take your word for it because I haven't seen
Black
Westworld.
Hole Sun.
I have a big heaping pile of no.
I want to know what Dead Lake is.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to spend that Benny, that valuable Benny?
on a common knowledge roll.
I don't. You should spend it. I'm just joking. You can do whatever you want.
I'm spending it
All right.
because I want Rachel to like push back her chair in shock too and be like, "Oh shit!"
Rachel is an intellectual.
No, she's
She's
not.
gonna prove it.
Blow that D4 up.
5.
It's a 5.
You've heard about Dead Lake. You don't know a whole lot, but
Because I got a 5.
You got a 5 as well, so did anyone get a raise?
I got a 9.
Oh, that's a raise.
Chen Mei knows.
Chen Mei knows everything.
Chen Mei seems to know a lot about Native American legends too, so it makes sense. But for those of you who got just a simple success, Dead Lake is naturally a lake north.
I thought it was a plateau.
Yeah, north of a little ways north of Crescent City, and it's weird because it has no known inlet, no source of water pouring into it. It has like a little stream that runs out of it or something like that, but it never loses volume.
Probably has an underwater wellspring.
It's the suspicion, but no one's ever found it, and the lake is unnaturally deep. A lot of locals and a lot of legends say that it's bottomless. It's also very rich with fish. Those who are willing to brave it often bring back some large hauls of fish. Chen Mei, you know that according to Native American legend, it is home to enormous serpents and is a place of bad omen, and no member of the local Talola tribe, I cannot for the life of me pronounce it, so I apologize.
How's it spelled?
Tolowa. But yeah, none of the local Native Americans will go there at all. Yeah, it's a bad place as far as they're concerned.
So he says, "I want to visit Dead Lake." The whole bar goes silent.
Yep.
Trying to break the silence, Macario awkwardly says, "Dead Lake, Corpse Boat Creek, these Americans, they have terrible names for things."
It is a rather morbid name, I do admit, but I have heard that at sunset you can see the most spectacular display of colors in the water. Bioluminescence, I hear. I would fancy to see it for myself.
I do not know this word. Means rainbows?
Yes. Small organisms in the water react to light and darkness, and they produce their own light.
Sounds like mumbo jumbo to me, but we see mumbo jumbo daily, so what do I know?
There's not mumble jumbo, it is science!
Yes, it's actual real biology stuff.
So you are here to do this science?
Oh, no, I'm here to witness the science.
I will trust you.
Miracle of
Daisy.
nature
You
in the
have a
act.
deeper understanding of science than I do.
Yeah, a whole D6.
No training in it whatsoever.
Is the bar like now just listening intently to our
Pretty
conversation?
much. And people are looking like, giving this out like, what the fuck looks. And actually, some grizzled old fisherman gets up, kind of staggers over. Looks like he's in his cups pretty good. And he's like, "Listen here, mister. You don't want to be going near Dead Lake, none. Folk go near there, they don't come back. So do yourself a favor and go find somewhere else to go looky-looing."
Thank you, Sean Connery.
I was actually kind of imagining that old prospector kind of talk where like every time he uses the S or the sh sounds, he whistles.
Sure, yeah.
Like Gopher from Winnie the Pooh.
What is so terrible about this place, sir?
People don't come back. Shit, who am I talking as?
Are you the prospector?
I don't
You're
know.
the
Yes,
prospector
I'm the
now.
prospector. Cease. Nope.
What do you care if this man here goes off to die?
People don't come back.
I don't care, but I figure since he apparently is ignorant about the dangers, I will warn him. I wouldn't want no one to go there and get killed without already knowing the danger. There's things living in that lake.
So it sounds like you do care a little bit. That is very kind of you, sir.
Yeah. Why, thank you. I think I'll go buy myself a drink.
Here, how about you go? I'll buy you a drink. And I drop some dollars in his hand. Go.
Dollars.
That's real kind of you, sir.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he gets drunk enough to leave us alone.
Oh, yeah. He turns, he staggers back up to the bar and says, "Bartender, the nice Japanese man just bought me a whole bunch of drinks, so line them up."
It's gonna be drinking for the next 2 days.
I forget how much things cost also in this, because, like, I'm,
When do you plan to head to this lake?
Well, I had heard a few warnings, like the drunken old man's. I have no control over my accent. And I was hoping to engage a few brave souls in joining me to witness the miracle of science, the bioluminescence.
This
That didn't
sounds really
answer her.
cool, Mr. Greystoke.
That did not answer.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That did not answer my companion's question. When do you want to go?
It depends on whether I can engage some companionship there.
Let's say you get some as soon as possible, because we have a prior engagement. If you are going to ask us for help, we have other things to handle first.
Well, if you are volunteering,
I did not say that.
seems as though you are implying that, though. I am in
How
town
pretentious
for a
of you
few
to
days.
think so.
Haru, do you need to go to the corner? You have not had a single drink, and yet I think you are an angry drunk.
I
sir.
have had a lot of drinks.
You've been in this
Unfortunately,
bar for a while, huh?
I am in town. I do not expect to be leaving urgently. So if you wish to if you wish to join me in witnessing this spectacle, I would be pleased to go at your earliest convenience.
This sounds pretty cool, guys.
I am actually interested in seeing this lake myself.
I am not entirely sure what you are talking about, but I suppose if we are in town for a while, it makes sense to see what we can.
We have a couple other things to handle, but we will get back to you as soon as possible.
Of course, excellent. I will be taking lodgings at the local hotel. You may look me up at your convenience.
Say your name one more time.
Lord William Greystoke, but you may call me William. We are
Pleasure to
we are,
meet
we
you,
are
Bill.
friends after all now, aren't we?
That's a really polite lord. Allowing a bunch of
Of course
Americans
we
to call him.
friends,
We're Americans.
yes.
We're not going to call him Lord.
That's damn certain. Yeah, he's probably been in America long enough that he's worked out that no one here is going to call him Lord or Milord or anything like that.
He might get lordy.
Well, may I buy you a round of drinks?
Sure.
Certainly.
Excellent, excellent. I shall be back momentarily.
I am a designated carriage driver, so I will skip this one.
I cannot
Very
get
well.
drunk enough.
Rachel's just like watching her with deep concern.
If I could blush, I would.
Lazarus Black's probably singing the 99 Corpses on the Ground song. 99 corpses in the ground, 99 corpses in the ground. Dig one up, pass it around. 98 corpses in the ground. Lord William Greystoke buys a round, shares it with you, and then announces his intention to retire to his lodgings.
Well, have a good rest.
Does anyone follow him out of the bar?
Nope.
Okay, he's a lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Everyone is
He's not getting robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, after buying rounds.
Buying rounds and be like, hey, I'm going back to this place.
After
Bye.
declaring his intention to go visit Dead Lake, you get the sense that not a single one of the locals wants anything to do with him, as if he's somehow already like become contaminated or tainted or taboo somehow.
Just because he wants to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants to mess with that.
Not even with a 59.5-foot pole.
You know, now that I have met that man, I think it was a mistake to call him over. But
Maybe your lady is testing your
I
resolve.
don't know. That place sounds pretty neat. It's got bioluminescent fish and...
Maybe your lady is wanting to test to see if you can put aside your own fears.
Macario leans over to Daisy. Or, sorry, to Rachel. Daisy thinks it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, so Chen Mei, being a little bit superstitious, is not drinking the drink that Lord
Okay.
Greystoke
All right.
bought.
It does not go unnoticed, but he's probably accustomed to this kind of rudeness at this point in time.
That's fine. Yeah, she's a little weirded out by him wanting to go to this weird place.
So what are you all gonna do? Still,
We gotta get ready for that boat tonight.
still early in the day.
I'm going to do investigating the House of the Enlightened Dawn. Do
But
we want to still that?
Before that, Rachel's gonna, Chen Mei is going to set up a game of mahjong in the tavern.
Okay. At this stage in the day, you're not sure you could probably get through a proper game of mahjong before evening.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll play speed mahjong.
Speed mahjong.
Haru might actually get up and go check to see where this House of the Enlightened Dawn warehouse actually is.
Okay. We'll get to that right quick. Chen Mei, are you looking to make any money off this, or is it just a for fun?
This is more of a, I don't really give a shit about the warehouse and the Enlightened Dawn, but I agreed to do this thing, and so I'm just going to do what I want and procrastinate on the thing that I agreed to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're looking. You know where to go for the warehouse, but what's your approach here?
More of just walking over there and kind of taking a look at, like, seeing where it is and what kind of activities going on around outside of it. He's not, like, going up to people and being like, oh, hey, is this the warehouse? He's more of just kind of going to that area that...
So you're
Can you
trying
tell me
to,
where I can find the tong?
you're trying to be nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth roll.
4.
You got 4. That's a success. So yeah, you find it, and it is under guard. There's
You're like weirdly trying to join them, and people don't understand why.
no, you're casually walking by, like on the opposite side of the street, or like down a street corner where you can view it from. And yeah, it's kind of like it's out in the wharf, so there's a spot where ships can pull up and unload their cargo into it. It's a fishery, really. So fishing ships come in, they unload their cargo into the warehouse, and then workers in there, cut them up and prep them for transport and stuff.
I think Nick heard fish and chips.
No, I thought of a really just dirty joke.
Okay.
But there's absolutely no activity going on. There's no ships that are pulled up to it. It looks totally dead, except for looks like there's 7 Chinese tongs. 7 Chinese people hanging out in front of it, and they're very obviously guarding the place.
7, you said.
7. 2 of them stand out to you. One is a woman who is big, 6 foot tall, strong looking, and she's got a big, huge, 2-handed Chinese falchion slung over her shoulder. And there's another Chinese male who's just got this really wiry looking build. And they're the only 2 that are carrying weapons. He's got a Jian, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Jian. Sheathed at his side, and just has got this really arrogant, casual air to himself, the way he moves and stuff.
I will go back and tell everybody else what I had seen. So head back to the tavern or saloon or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I haven't got a name for it.
Actually thinking Rachel was going to head down to check out the docks.
Okay.
So where
the warehouse where he was just at?
No, the dock where the ship is going to come in? Or is that the same area?
It's kind of the same area, but there's a bunch of different docks and stuff. You're looking for where the fishing ship is going to pull in. You
Yeah.
don't really know exactly where it's going to...
I just want to look at the docks and see, like, is there a cover? Is there...
Okay, yeah,
So,
there's...
I want to
yeah.
look at the layout.
Yeah, you get a lay of the land there. So there's the harbor, and then eventually it gives way to just beach. And yeah, there's places for cover and stuff like that.
And then, yeah, she'll head back.
So, I saw 7 people guarding the warehouse of this House of Enlightened Dawn. 2 of which were clearly armed. Large woman and wiry man with jian, Chinese straight sword. And the big one had the
Dao.
The Dao, yeah. Okay.
Kind of for the woman picture. I don't know the character's name, but the female villain from the first Deadpool movie. She was like really tall and really muscular.
Oh yeah,
I don't know the name.
I actually knew it for a minute and then I forgot it.
It sounds like too much trouble for us tonight, but perhaps if we find this man, then it is a thing to explore tomorrow.
Do we know? Hold on. Do we know the shipping the fishing boat was supposed to be coming in sometime in the evening, right?
Mm-hmm. And you've still got a couple hours of daylight left.
I say we wait until the boat comes in, and then we get the man off the boat.
We could be more productive, get things. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I do not like just sitting around doing nothing. Idleness brings a darkness. I need to not be idle. I need to do some work.
Yeah, we didn't kill the fancy English man. I'd like to go kill something.
Then Haru, let us do some work. Let us go around town, and we will, if someone needs a new roof, we will build a roof. Or if someone needs help carrying groceries, we will carry groceries for them. We don't have to sit here. We can do good. We do not need to go kill either. We can do good.
I wasn't saying go kill. I like your idea, Macario. We can go help people.
Then put down your drink. Let us get up and go.
I will let you do talking. People are off-put by me.
I will make them smile, and you will help.
I will do the hard work.
I came out here to find Sutton, not to fix someone's roof.
Well, I'm not going to fix a roof. That's going to take way too long. But carrying groceries from the local general store or something like that, that's an hour or two time killer. I can imagine that.
We'll spend an hour or two doing good deeds.
Was that what everyone's going to do?
No.
Now what are you doing?
I don't know, but I'm not going to be like a Boy Scout helping old ladies cross the street.
Right? Do we have rooms in town?
You can get them.
Okay, I would like to get some rooms.
Okay.
And then Rachel's probably going to go carve some bullets in the privacy of her room.
All right. Well, for the two of you who spent the rest of your day doing good deeds and totally going in a direction other than the GM was expecting, have a Benny. So, Chen Mei is playing Mahjong. Haru and Macario are doing good deeds. Rachel is carving bullets. What is Daisy doing there?
I think Daisy's going to kind of go to her room to rest a bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just kind of,
when Rachel's done carving, she's probably going to, have a nap.
Okay. So it's getting on towards evening. Our what's the game plan here? Do you want to do anything at all with the Tong warehouse, or do you want to go straight to dealing with Ethan Sutton?
We got to get some Ethan action going on.
That's our
That seems
primary
like
reason why we're here.
So at various points, you all kind of reconvene at your hotel, for one reason or another. And yeah, nightfall comes. The fishing fleet returns into port and unloads its cargo and its sailors, and you're heading down towards the harbor.
So, do we expect Ethan to be on this boat? Is this the boat that he's supposed to be on?
You expect him to be at one of the taverns. You know which tavern he goes to take his meal.
Okay.
And it's dark. It's night. Let's see. You're on you're near the docks. You're the tavern that you know that Ethan is at is actually like on one of the piers. And so you're walking down towards it when you notice some lights glowing beneath the surface of the harbor, kind of out a ways.
That must be that bioluminescence.
Yeah.
Well, that was at the lake.
That's out in the ocean, yeah. Which is where most bioluminescent fish hang out for reals.
And it's moving towards you
That's not
at a good clip.
Is it coming towards us?
It looks like it.
I do not like this.
And it's getting brighter.
He draws his starts getting his rope out and his rapier. He's like, I do not like this at all.
What are the rest of you doing?
Hand
looking for
on
Ethan.
hilt, watching the light because he's very suspicious of it.
Ethan's nowhere in sight. There's just this weird light that's glowing beneath the water, and it's getting closer, and it's getting brighter.
It's moving too fast for us to like try to go find Mr. Greystoke and be like, "Hey!"
Yeah,
Do you know
it's
what that
moving
is? Yeah.
fast. And it's getting brighter, and it's getting brighter, and the water starts to kind of churn.
I'm gonna move
Pulling
closer to the shore to
sword.
investigate.
Out.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
not
about
like readying any weapons or anything, but paying attention. Making
Gentlemen,
notes,
ladies, I
mental
suggest
notes.
we retreat.
Chen Mei, perhaps you should get away from the shore.
You're
We're
like
probably safe
about
up
to
on
walk
land.
out onto the pier
Yeah.
when you see this happening. So everyone starts kind of backing back towards land, and it's getting brighter, and the waves.
Are there other people on the pier noticing and reacting to this thing?
There's not really a whole lot of people out,
Okay.
so you can't really tell. But it's getting closer, and the water is like something big is moving. There's a bow shock or something, which may be more of an astronomical term than a water term.
I kind of know what you're talking about.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
But there's wake peeling off this thing, and then at like the last possible second, this gigantic metallic vessel breaches the surface and levels out and comes gliding in next to the pier.
Put swords away.
Well, that ain't no fish.
Super confused.
So it is like a submarine that's like Ghost Rockfield. Oh, that's the coolest thing ever.
I assumed it was sub, but
Yeah,
the whole time.
think the Nautilus.
Yeah.
I had
But is
no
it Ghost?
idea.
Like, did we hear like the eerie shriek of
You
Ghost
don't
Rock?
hear anything now. You hear the roar of the waves. Like,
If I had one of those things, I'd paint it yellow.
Would we all live on it?
Yes.
It seems like there's enough room for us.
In the town, we're up.
this thing is the size of a small fishing schooner. So what are you doing? This thing is just, it's crested the surface, and it's gliding in. It comes to a stop at the pier you're about to walk out onto.
I wild attack it. No.
Clang.
Once I see that it's like not a
Closer to investigate.
terrible monstrosity, I put like reaching like I do not know what this is.
Yeah, I'm going to start walking up to this thing, because now that I can kind of see that it is more of a science marvel, I'm kind of interested in
So
what it
is
is and who is
Does it
piloting
actually
it.
look like the Nautilus, or is it
Yeah, like the.
Okay.
I don't know what year it came out, but the Disney 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's
Yeah.
the spitting image of that.
Okay.
I don't remember what that one looks like.
I think Macario's doing a lot of gawking.
Yeah,
Some
Rachel's
gawking.
probably gawking with Macario.
And you see a hatch on top open up, and this wild-haired, older-looking guy comes climbing out, and he's followed by a younger, a youth of like 18
It's
or
not
so.
my daddy, is it?
No. And the old man he's got this air of excitement. All his actions, he's climbing down to the dock are hurried and feverish and excited. And he gets down onto the dock, and he sees you as you're walking up, and he's like, "I found it! I finally found it! They all called me crazy, but I told them I'd find it. I'd find the wreck of the brother Jonathan, and I did."
Oh, cool.
That was probably unnecessary, but
It was emphatic.
Rachel's just
We
gonna
know-
turn
we've
to
heard about the
Macario
brother
at this and just raise an
We
eyebrow.
are glad for you.
That's a really cool boat you got there.
why, thank you, young lady. This here, and he slaps his hand against the side. There's this hollow metallic clang. And this here is the Nautilus.
Nautilus. Cool name.
Public domain too.
Why, I read Mr. Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and I was inspired to build a submarine myself.
You
I
built
did.
this submarine.
Nice.
You have Daisy
I'm
railgun.
impressed.
Daisy's railgun. I mean, enough material. She could probably build something similar.
Haru, you are a killjoy. I feel bad for you in one way, but holy moly, man! I think your submarine is fantastic, Mister. It is very cool, and I like the colors.
What I merely meant.
Thank you. You folks must be new here, because all of
Fairly
the
new.
locals make fun of me. So
Can you tell us about this wreck that you found?
I am
you have not heard of the brother Jonathan?
Well, we aren't
We have
from
heard.
this. Have we?
a little
Have
bit.
you?
We've heard a little.
I remember here. I heard about it. Someone said something about it last.
Yeah, somebody was told a little bit about it last week.
I don't remember.
The drunk
Yeah, that's
guy
right.
you're
It was
talking.
It was probably the conversation I had with that guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the brother Jonathan was a steamer that went down in a storm in basically the middle of the Civil War back in the 60s. And it had a massive cargo of gold on board.
What you gonna do with all that gold? You gonna
Well, did he actually?
plate this submarine with it and make it look really cool and yellow?
Oh no! A fine contraption like this costs money to invent, design, and build, and also to maintain. So a lot of that money, once I recover it, it's gonna go right to that. But the rest of it, well, to fund future projects, of course. Everything in the name of science.
Not two.
So you haven't yet retrieved the gold from the brother Jonathan?
Oh no, of course not. That requires a lot of man hours and labor.
I see.
We met another man this evening talking about science. Perhaps you know him. He is Mr. And I forgot. his
Greystoke.
William
name.
Greystoke.
Greystoke.
Nope, never heard the name.
Well,
he
perhaps
lying?
we will introduce you to him, and maybe he, with his lordly wealth, will be able to help fund your ability to retrieve this brother Jonathan wreck.
Well, I don't really need the money of an English lordling. I just need a few willing, strong hands and strong backs.
And you need to pay them.
Well, yes, of course.
Maybe he could invest.
Well, when we're recovering gold, I pay them with the gold.
So what other projects you got working on?
Well, I've invented some diving suits to help with undersea exploration. And now that I found the wreck of the Brother Jonathan, once I recover the gold, I'll be able to fund all manner of expeditions to explore the bottom of the sea, just like Captain Nemo in Jules Verne's book.
Cool. I'm working on me a ghost rock extractor.
I did not read
That
this.
does sound quite interesting.
Yeah, I've been researching like flies. So what it'll do is it'll like get something to melt the rock around it, and then suck up all the ghost rock and rock out, and then what's left over is just a ghost
A
rock.
heat transferring proboscis. That's brilliant.
Oh god, they're gonna be at this for hours.
Haru has immediately already
Neat.
walked away and is still going back to
I
looking
wasn't
for
quite
Ethan
thinking
Sutton.
about that.
He's
I was
just
thinking more of acids and things.
science is
Yes. Oh, that's a good idea. An acid that could melt the rock around it, but leave the ghost rock unaffected.
So at this point, Chen Mei has concluded that this guy is neither going to help her find Ethan Sutton nor address the issue at the warehouse, and so she just is like,
Haru, like, they started getting into their science, and he's just like, and
so Chen Mei just quietly says, "I'm going to the warehouse," and starts to walk away.
You're going to the warehouse or to the tavern?
To the warehouse.
Okay. Because you were on your way to go to the tavern.
Oh, I'm gonna go to the tavern then.
Okay.
Alright, if you're gonna go to the tavern, then Rachel's not gonna go with you.
You're like, okay, science, checking out.
This isn't gonna help me.
While they're
Find
talking
Ethan
in
Sutton.
science, though, Rachel is gonna wander over to the submarine and just kind of cautiously, like, you know, like just kind of explore, like look for like if there's like a control panel. She wants to open it up.
There's no visible control panels. There's the hatch that's like up on top. You have to climb on it, and the young man is kind of standing by the ladder that goes up to it. And
Oh yeah, she's
kinda-
not gonna try to like go inside, but she's just like cautiously like, what the fuck, like you know, tapping on it.
Dang, dang, dang.
Yeah, just like she's never seen anything like this before.
And yeah, you get into a thoroughly scientific discussion with this guy who introduces himself as Captain Casper Shipman.
what was that last name again?
Shireman, excuse me.
While he's ranting, I want to go talk to the young man.
Okay.
Yeah, Rachel's kind of making her way over towards the young man too.
So, is what he's saying true? This goes to the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah. Yes, it does. Adam Shireman.
Oh, Macario.
Yeah, Uncle Casper's Nautilus is pretty amazing.
Oh, he is your uncle.
Well, yeah.
Oh, he seems kind of strange.
Well, have you met any inventors?
Yes, Daisy is an inventor. She makes big railguns that kill things.
That sounds very violent.
Oh, and she tried to make me coffee once, and I got beans spit in my face.
That sounds about standard. Any crazy talk?
Oh yeah, Lemurians.
Oh yeah, yep. Inventor.
And at that point, you hear me and the other guy like, so can this thing go to Atlantis?
Why, yes, most certainly. In fact, that is one of my planned expeditions to find the lost city of Atlantis.
What about the lost continent of Lemuria?
He's heard of it, and he's like, yes, I would very much like to find that as
Oh,
well.
we found a fellow believer.
Say, would you and your friends like to help me recover some of the treasure of the Brother Jonathan? It means getting to sail inside the Nautilus.
We do got some other things to do right now.
Well, there's no rush. I mean, the wreck isn't going anywhere.
That's true.
And I've got to restock on some supplies and get some new ghost rock, which I'd be very interested in that ghost rock extractor you're talking about. Cause,
It's...
I have journeyed beneath the surface of the sea and seen things that no human being has ever seen before, and there are ghost rock deposits like you would not believe on the ocean floor.
Really?
A fortune waiting to be made if only the technology to extract it existed.
Well, my machine is definitely not done yet. I just started working on it.
Well, I'll give you my mailing address. You can send me progress reports, and we'll
excellent.
talk about getting an expedition going.
Excellent.
So I'm going to say you all catch up with names.
Chen Mei.
Chen Mei, Haru, because Haru left at the science comments. When I started getting, he's like,
Rachel's-
above me.
Rachel's gonna give it like a few more like knocks, and then just be like, "Nice boat."
And Adam Shireman is very quick to say, "Oh no, miss, this is not a boat. This is a submarine ship. It travels under the water and it carries boats."
It carries boats.
Well, yes, lifeboats naturally.
Good boat.
In case of the most disastrous, but it's a very safe vessel.
But how does that work? If you were underwater, how would the lifeboat work?
Well, it's covered. See, so there's a seal on it, and it ejects out of the So the covered and sealed lifeboat ejects from the upper hull of the vessel, and is propelled with great force towards the surface, allowing the occupants of the lifeboat to reach the surface unharmed. At which point the cover can be removed so that one may row towards safety as needed.
Ah. This is so strange, but I think I want to ride the submarine. Deputy, can I ride the submarine? Mom, I want to ride the submarine.
Is she still there? Is she like wandered off to the tavern with
No, she's banging on the
She's
hull.
like
Oh, okay.
just. She's never seen anything like this.
Haru went to go look for Ethan Sutton. You went to go look
I went to
for...
go look for Ethan.
I'm sure at some point, Macario, the whims of fate, would not have brought this submarine, this boat, into.
Rachel is old man with a sticking.
Yeah,
The submarine.
pretty much. She's very suspicious.
What is this newfangled contraption?
Yeah.
Now Macaro's trying to justify to himself. The lady did say to see color. This is very colorful.
We have other work currently, Macario.
Oh, the boy, the Ethan. We have
She's
to find
gonna
him.
like look at the young boy and then be like look at you like, don't spread that around, kind of.
We don't want word to
She's
get
trying
back
to be
Ethan.
subtle, and Macario
Right.
has no concept. It's
Right.
Oh,
Listeners, Macario just winked very obviously at Deputy Rachel.
Macario's concept of subtle is an elephant marching in the living room.
the best way to be subtle is to be as colorful as possible.
So yeah, everyone catches up with Chen Mei as she gets to the door to the tavern. It's on the pier, and you go walking in. Give me notice rolls.
4.
Oh shit.
This is important.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Ocho.
Did not notice anything apparently.
So who succeeded?
Got a raise.
All right. So you walk in. Rachel and Macario, you're kind of overwhelmed by the number of people that are in here. There's just a bunch of sailors that are getting grub for the night. There's a couple of poker games going on. Chen Mei, you recognize him by description alone. You've never actually physically seen him, but Daisy and Haru, you recognize him from the gunfight so many months ago in the depths of the forest of the Rogue Valley. You see Ethan Sutton. He's sitting at a game of poker as you walk in, and he looks up. Do any of you make eye contact with him?
I got a raise on my notice roll, so I probably can notice without being obvious. So it's.
I unfortunately stick out like a sore thumb.
We kind of all do around here.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I don't as much as I would think, because I am Japanese, and most Americans can't tell the difference.
I'm actually picturing that the extremely colorful Macario is right behind you, and so even though you don't stick out that much, it's just like having like a sunbeam shining right behind Haru.
But I was already thinking that the moment I saw him, was going to start moving towards him anyway, just be like,
Okay.
like kind of like that, you.
Yeah, he's playing poker, and he kind of looks up. People are walking in, and you see his face go pale as he immediately recognizes all of you, and he just like throws his cards forward and dashes for the back door.
I sprint.
Righty.
And I'm tossing out that lasso.
I also chase after him.
Got a chase.
Are these new chase rules?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what you're setting up here.
All right, so chase rules. So everyone's going to be making athletics rolls because you're on foot. And so, let's see. Haru, you got a 9 of diamonds. Daisy, you got a 9 of clubs. Chen Mei, you got a king of diamonds. Macario, you got a 4 of clubs.
Beautiful.
And Rachel, you got a 2 of hearts. And then Ethan got a queen of clubs. So, Chen Mei, you're up first.
Yeah, I'm chasing him. And I'm gonna like try to tackle him to the ground.
Right.
And grapple.
So, you can, as a free action, change your position, and if you can catch up with him, you can do something else, or you can use an action to change your position, and you add a +2 to your athletics roll.
Okay, so I want to chase him and then try to like, do the movie, like jump on him and grapple him to the ground.
Okay, so sounds like you're going to change position as a free action. Go ahead and roll.
Athletics?
Athletics, yep.
Oh, I should have boosted that one last time. 5.
5. All right, so that's you. You change position. You move forward, but you're still just a little too far away to actually like tackle him.
Okay.
But you could try shooting at him. You could cast a spell if you wanted.
I'm just gonna keep chasing him.
Okay. All right. So you move forward. It's you. He glances behind him, sees you coming behind him, kind of gives a yipe,
And he runs into a pole.
and he's gonna run.
Knocks
and
himself
he's gonna do
unconscious.
it as an action. As he's barreling his way out of the tavern out onto the wharf. And he gets a success. And word by...
Success with a raise or a basic success?
You got a basic success. I'm going to try and add a d6 and see what I get for that. So I got a 5. 10 as a raise. So
You said he was doing his full action, though, right?
yes.
So you got a 12. I'm looking at the maneuver.
'Cause
He
of
gets
the
a +2 to
+2.
his roll.
Yep, that's right. He still needed to spend the Benny to get the extra
Yeah.
distance there. So that was his turn. He's booking it. Haru, you're up.
Can I still have a line of... Do I still have a line of sight to him?
Not really. He's moved out onto the wharf, but you can try and catch up. You're pushing your way past people. You're moving out. Through the
Okay,
same way.
I'll try to push past him as a free action, and then I'm gonna try to then if I can get to him, I'm gonna try to shoot him in like the little leg or something like that. I got a 5.
5. So he's essentially 15 feet away, or 15 squares away. So that's medium range for your gun, which is a -2.
I'll go ahead and add a d6 to my roll to see if I can get...
Okay. Oh, and I get to draw a Benny.
4 added on.
At 4, what'd you roll originally?
5.
5. So that's a raise. So you get a little closer. 5, 10. So yeah, he's in short range.
Okay, and then my shooting...
So you're aiming for the leg, so it's going to be at a -2.
-2. Okay. 8.
Oh dear. So that's going to be actually 6 total. So it's not a raise, but it hits.
So do 2d6 plus 1. 7 points of damage.
That slows him down. That will shake him, actually. It's not good for him. Daisy.
All right, so we're in this tavern. We just kind of entered through the front door, right? He sees us, starts running towards the back.
Yep.
I'm going to exit. What I want to do is exit out the front door and try to make it around the bar on the outside to the back door.
Okay.
Because I figure it's going to be easier to do that than to try to run over tables.
All right, go ahead and roll your athletics. All right. Ooh, was your card a club? It was a club. So you have a complication, an obstacle. And you are on a spades. Treat as... Let's see. All right, so this is going to be your maneuvering roll to deal with the complication. What'd you get?
I rolled a 3.
So if you fail, we're going to treat it as a critical failure on a maneuvering roll, which might mean you could lose your turn.
Okay. Do I want to re-roll that then? Probably. Or do I want to add a d6 to that?
Do what your heart tells you.
I'm going to add a d6 to that. So that is now a total of 8.
All right. So you get to ignore the complication. Now you can roll your regular maneuvering roll to change position. Are you doing that as a free action? Or do you want to get the +2 and use an action?
I think I'm going to use my action because I am just trying to like run outside the building and around. Yeah. So there we go. That's a 9.
9? All right. So yeah, you come around. You're a little bit ahead of Haru as he comes barreling out, but you can see Ethan running not too far.
So he
ahead.
made it out the door already.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Macario, you're on a club, so you need to make an athletics roll to see if you have a complication.
Okay, I was going to flavor this a little bit.
All right.
So I'm thinking Macario tosses out his lariat to try to catch this guy. The guy gets out of the way of it, but he actually loops it around a really tough, angry-looking sailor. So that's the complication. He's got to smooth this over.
Okay. So then go ahead and roll persuasion then instead of athletics.
Oh, nice. All right.
Because this guy's just like, hey.
Oh, so sorry, sir. Blow it up. Ooh, that's a 10.
Okay. How do you smooth this over?
He so he manages to slip past the man while still chasing after Ethan, and he undoes the rope and actually tosses a handkerchief over his shoulder right into this man's angry grasping fist, and the man just looks at it in puzzlement.
Why you?
Huh? Okay, so go ahead and make your athletics roll to run. But yeah, you've diffused the situation because this guy's staring at this colorful knotted handkerchief in confuzzlement.
That's a 4.
It's a 4? All right. So yeah, you get out the door. You're a little behind, but you're getting there. And Deputy Kennedy.
She's going to turn around and follow Daisy, probably.
Right. Go ahead and roll athletics. Are you using an action or?
Yeah, I think that'll just be my action.
Okay, so add +2 to your roll.
4.
So 4. Nice. So yeah, you make it out, and you've caught up with Macario and Chen Mei. And Haru, you got the Joker, which means that Ethan is boned. Daisy, you got the 7 of diamonds. Chen Mei, you got the 3 of spades. Macario, you got the 8 of diamonds. Oh my gosh!
Oh.
2 jokers. Joker for the deputy, and 4 of diamonds for Ethan, who is totally screwed.
Totally screwed.
All right, so who's going first?
How do you determine who goes first when there's two jokers?
Just whoever wants to go. If you want to have a roll off, you can have a roll off.
You can go first if you want.
I'm going to roll to see if I can catch up to him.
Okay. As a free action.
Yeah.
All right. So snake eyes.
Snake eyes.
Snake eyes.
On a joker?
Complication.
On a joker.
Roll a d6 there. Odds.
Do I suffer fatigue as a hero, though?
No, you don't. But yeah, you stumble. You get stuck negotiating an obstacle.
Maybe a cart blocks us or something.
Yeah, like there's some crates that are stacked up, and as Ethan goes running by, like you take a shot at him, and he dives behind it, and then kind of shoves it, and so yeah, this crate full of fish spills out, and you have to navigate past that, so you're not able to make any progress.
Well, that was a free action, right?
You lose your whole.
That's right, yeah.
Because of the critical fail.
Oh, on a joker too. That's brutal.
Yeah, that's brutal. Rachel,
Rachel.
make up for lost time with your joker.
Yeah, so I guess I'm confused how chase works. So can I move up a card and that's the
You
only
make an
turn?
athletics roll. You can either do it as a free action and do something else, or you can do it as an action and get a +2 to your roll.
Can you map during a chase?
Yep. But then you might as well just do the athletics roll as a free action.
Well, I would like to get a little closer.
Well, if you if you get a raise on your free action athletics, you will move up 2 cards. So
Okay,
you'd
well,
move.
so first can I do my free action?
Yeah,
To
you just
move
have to
up?
choose whether you're going to do it as a free action or do it as an action and get that +2 bonus.
Oh, as a free action, I think, because I want to shoot.
Okay.
For sure. 4, 7.
All right, so that's a simple. Oh, but you have the joker, so
do
it's a 9.
Nice.
So you move up 2. And he's
And
definitely in
then-
short range.
I want to load a ghost bullet and.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't have one of those. I just shot him.
Yeah, I want to load a ghost bullet and shoot him.
All right.
And loading, is that a free action now?
I'm not going to make it an action
okay.
in this case. But you should probably determine where your special bullets are. At
Well,
any
that's
given
what I'm
time.
saying. I'm loading it because it's not loaded. Because I just carved it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, sure. We'll make it a multi-action. So shoot it -2.
Okay. But +2.
But
for
you
the
also
Joker.
get the +2 for the joker,
Joker,
right?
yeah.
So it
it's
negates.
just normal.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll just shoot. 6.
6. That will hit.
Nice. And then the ghost bullet, so it doesn't do the lethal damage, so I don't even need to roll damage?
Yep.
Okay.
Because you still gotta overcome his toughness.
Oh, okay. So that's 2d6 +1 +2 for the Joker. So 6, 7, 9. Oh, but you can Benny damage now, right?
You can.
How's
But-
that work?
You fire. How's that ghost bullet appear?
Ooh.
Does it have like purple streaks behind it as it like comes out of the barrel?
Yeah, I think it's like it comes out of the barrel, and then instead of seeing like a bullet, you see like a shadow of a bullet coming out of the barrel.
And it strikes him square in the back, and he goes sprawling out on the pier.
Boned. 2 jokers.
Then, like, seeing that he's fallen, she's gonna turn to Haru and be like, "All right, Haru, are you all right? Because you're like, did you fall?"
No, I just was like,
Oh, okay.
Oh god, fish.
I had to stop before I slid on fish and made it a slapstick moment.
I smell like cod.
And Lazarus is like, no left, no right, no, your other right.
Oh, god damn it, there's fish everywhere.
You know what? Kill them too. Oh wait, they're already dead.
You're sliding on fish.
So what are y'all doing? Ethan is lying sprawled out on the pier.
Unconscious.
So Chen Mei hasn't quite figured out that the chase is over yet. and so she's like running towards him in like the most like ridiculous parkour way ever, and like.
And you just pass him. You don't even realize he's on the ground.
Right, and I'm on it too, so I run past him, and then realize that the chase is over.
I guess with some assistance, we'd probably pick him up and take him back to our hotel area for interrogation, or would we take him to the
Or
jail
we
cell?
got a better place
Does
for
Rachel
that.
have her handcuffs with her?
I do.
Okay, I think it would be a good idea
Yeah,
to
we should
handcuff
probably
him.
handcuff him.
I have handcuffs too.
So yeah, like Rachel's like walked up to him at this point, like pulled his arms around behind his back and handcuffed him, but he's still lying on the pier.
Yeah.
Is he alive?
Yes.
I suggest we bandage his gunshot wound to his leg. It could get worse.
Oh, it was. You didn't actually hit him. It was just a quick tweet. Okay. It made him go, oh fuck, someone's shooting. So where are you taking the unconscious Ethan Sutton?
Can we take him to the
warehouse. No.
to the jail and like talk the sheriff into throwing him into a cell for us for the night?
Sure, he might ask you to go deal with that warehouse in exchange for the use of his prison.
That's fine.
Fine. It's
That's
not like
probably
we
the best
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
I said I would try, so I guess I should go try.
Haru, can you
Yeah, you knock on the door of the
Give me a-
sheriff's office, and
a hand with this?
Lum Shui answers the door and kind of like, oh, well, I see you you found Mr. Sutton all on your own. Congratulations.
Thank you for the tip that you gave us that helped us find Mr. Sutton.
We are hoping to utilize a jail cell until Mr. Sutton wakes up. We will. What's the
Oh, I
word?
can't rightly hold him since he's done nothing wrong in my town.
Well, then I guess we can head back towards the Rogue Valley this evening and
Suit yourself.
allow you to address the issue with the warehouse.
Well, if that issue were taken off my plate, I suppose I could hold on to him for a little while.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent.
And Chen Mei just starts walking away. It's a done deal. She's done. She's gonna go deal
Excellent
with
use of the. I don't care what you want to do. We're gonna do what we're gonna do, and
it. She's beholden to the Iron Dragon and not to the sheriff.
I got it. This is your motives, your intentions, and everything. Go. I don't care.
We all have our higher powers. You know, the law, Iron Dragon, the lady,
Of
the Morians.
Chen Mei knows where her paycheck's coming from, and it's not the sheriff.
And Lum Shui says, well, I'll put him in a cell, and while he's recovering from whatever it was you did to him, you can go look into that matter of the House of the Enlightened Dawn for me. Most appreciated. He drags Ethan into the sheriff's office and closes the door.
So Chen Mei just mutters a comment about how he fell, and and then starts wandering off.
Back in the old days when you didn't have to lie about police brutality.
Still, she's just gonna say fell.
He's probably not all that beat up.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, the most probably a split chin or something like that from falling from the ghost bullet.
If she has to elaborate, then she'll say that he drank too much and then he fell.
Hey, he did knock over a fish stand. You know, that could be like really offensive to some people. So there's a reason to keep him in jail for a little while.
All right. Well, we'll close the episode here. We'll milk our time in Crescent City for as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like you do when you go to Crescent City.
Yeah.
Anybody does when they go to Crescent.
So, thank you, listeners, for tuning in and listening to this latest episode of Valley of Famine. My name's Ben. I've been here with Rosemary, Austin, Trisha, Ed, and Nick, and we've been drinking wine and playing Deadlands Reloaded, Savage Worlds Adventure Edition. Hope you all join us again next time And hopefully these episodes will start getting edited and posted up pretty soon, which this will probably be several months from this time of recording it. Listeners, you have a good whatever time of day it is you listen to this. It's night for us, so we're going to have a good night.